What is up, Chase That Coin family? Shaka Daniel here, aka Chase That Coin, and today I want to talk about how to trade hard forks. Bitcoin Cash is having a hard fork coming up, supposedly, and the 2x hard fork. My top 5 altcoins for November and December, and then we're going to get into the crypto chasers analysis, where you get a chance to get my opinion of the technicals and maybe some fundamentals of your cryptocurrency choice. So we'll give it a few minutes, a few seconds to get some streamers in, and then we'll take off. So if you guys could do me a favor and tweet this out, share this with your friends, whoever you think would consider this to be valuable information, and everybody go and hit that like button. So once again, we're going to give it a few seconds and get some live viewers, and then we are going to take off. Now there's a lot of things going on right now within Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin, people are continuously forking Bitcoin. People are now forking the forks of Bitcoin. So there's some uncertainty. There's some talks of Amazon accepting Bitcoin. So there's some positive uncertainty, and then there is some somewhat of a negative uncertainty, I would say. And we're going to get right into all of that right now. All right, so once again, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Shaka Daniel here, aka Chase That Coin. And today I want to talk about how to trade hard forks. I think it's a very good thing to know, because some people are saying that hard forks are the new ICO. All right. So since hard forks are the new ICOs, I think we're going to see a mixture of coins being hard forked and, of course, ICOs. ICOs, in my opinion, haven't seen their peak yet. Even though a lot of the ICOs I wouldn't touch them personally, but that doesn't mean that people will not buy them and hope for the greater food theory. So the reason I think it's important to talk about this is because Bitcoin itself is having a hard fork. If I'm not mistaken, it is November 19th. And also right before that, so the week before that, Bitcoin Cash is supposedly going to have a hard fork. At first, I didn't think Bitcoin Cash would possibly be a big deal, but I do think that it is going to be definitely stay one of the bigger altcoins. I think the same for 2x. Now, I'm quickly going to go off the topic, but with Bitcoin Gold, the reason that I don't think that is because of competition from other GPU or CPU mineable currencies like Vertcoin and Ethereums, and I just don't see the upside of something like a Vertcoin is much higher than, in my opinion, than the upside of something like a Bitcoin Gold. So when you're thinking about trading hard forks, right, the one thing you have to ask yourself, 2 questions. All right, you have to ask yourself, is the coin that I'm holding that's going to be forked, is this coin an important coin? Or is this a coin that I can see more upside from a price perspective, and also a fundamental perspective? Then the next thing you have to ask yourself is the coin that is going to be forked off of it, you have to ask yourself that same question, but for the forked coin. Now, it's very important to ask yourself these questions, because the answers to these questions are going to determine what it is that you're going to do, your actions as far as how are you going to buy the coin and sell it off? Are you going to buy the coin, hold until the snapshot happens for the fork and sell both the coins? So your answers are going to vary, and they are going to, hold on, let me plug my laptop in. I always forget to do that, but they are going to shape or determine a lot about what it is that you're doing. All right. So let me quickly check the chat. Is there any chat? Let me check the stream, as a matter of fact. Okay. I don't know if I put a delay on this, so it may be, are we freezing? Hey, what's up, everybody? Is the video and the audio good? Yeah, I will take questions after I cover how to trade forks and my top 5 picks for November and December. All right, so we got some chat. Let me know if the audio and the video is good, guys. All right, but so basically, let's take Bitcoin Cash, for example. So in my opinion, this is what I would do. This is how I would look at Bitcoin Cash. I would say, okay, is Bitcoin Cash, do I see Bitcoin Cash being a valuable top tier cryptocurrency in the present and in the future? I would say yes. So that's one for a positive. Then I would say, do I think what is going to fork off of Bitcoin Cash is going to be important or top tier now or in the future? I would say no. All right. So now the way that I would possibly go about this is I would accumulate Bitcoin Cash, right? I would take 2 positions in Bitcoin Cash. If I don't already have Bitcoin Cash, I would get some Bitcoin Cash, right, for a long-term hold. Then I would get some Bitcoin Cash for a swing trade. All right. I would hold up until the snapshot happens. When the snapshot happens, I would sell off my swing trade position. All right. And I would sell off as soon as I get access to the forked coin. I would sell it off immediately, all at one time. Or I could buy Bitcoin Cash, right, for a long-term position, buy a swing position, right, leading up to the fork. The day or 2 days before the fork, I sell my swing position, right? And then I only would get the forked coins from my long-term position, and then I sell those as well. So that's just locking in more profit. So it is very important to ask yourself what it is that is the coin that's going to be forked a big name coin now and in the future, and what is your opinion of what's going to of the forked coin? So let's do Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin a big name cryptocurrency now and in the future? In my opinion, yes. Do I think SegWit 2x is going to be a big name cryptocurrency now and in the future? So I would say yes. So the way that I would go about that is, of course, I have Bitcoin for a long position, but I would also look to get Bitcoin on dips. All right. And where can we get Bitcoin on some dips? So this is where we're going to get into some charting. All right. Let me quickly check the chasers. Yes, James Bond. Apparently, Bitcoin Cash is going to have a hard fork November 12th or 13th. Apparently, I'm going to have to do some further digging, but I have seen it multiple places. So, yeah. All right. But so back to what we were saying. I do think that Bitcoin is a big name, a big name cryptocurrency now, and it's going to be a big name cryptocurrency in the future, right? So what I would do is, of course, I have a Bitcoin position, and I would also look to buy Bitcoin on the dips to accumulate to get more Segwit 2x. That's one of the reasons that the altcoins are falling, because people are viewing Segwit 2x as possibly going to be very valuable. And they're doing exactly what I'm saying right now. So in my opinion, we're definitely going to get a pullback into 58, 55. But the spot that I'm looking for, and I've been calling this for a few videos now, this is a sweet spot for me. This is where I'm looking at. And it's a sweet spot because I think this is the spot where a lot of people are going to get bear trapped and they're going to panic, because we might get a dip through here. All right. We might get a temporary dip through here, and then a pullback and a close above this line before we take off. That's what I'm calling for. So these are all areas where we could look for some dips. I would start buying dips at 58.89. I would be looking to buy some dips at 58.43. But the sweet spot where I would be looking to really go in at is around 55.61. And this is the spot where, you know, it's going to come down here. We're going to look on YouTube, and everybody's going to be calling for a bear market once it temporarily breaks through here. But this is a sweet spot, and I think we may even get a close down here. All right, but these are all areas where you can pick up your Bitcoin, dollar cost average in, or split your whatever it is that you want to buy, split it up into 5% at a time, 5% at a time, somewhat of a dollar cost average style. But this is the area. This is the area that I'm calling for. Now we might not get down here. People may buy a Bitcoin way before it gets even down here, but I think this is the area where the market is definitely going to come back to. We're extended away from both moving averages, and these are quick moving averages. These are 7 and a 14 moving average. We're extended away from support. We're extended away from any kind of upward trend. Now I could zoom in and go to a 4 hour or 1 hour and draw some trends up in there. But the daily is going to give us the overall strength of the trend. So that's the reason I do it for more mature coins. Now, if I'm going to make an entry, I'm going to go to a smaller time frame. But yeah, that's how you want to trade forks, guys. You want to ask yourself, is the coin that's going to be forked important? And is the coin that's going to be forked off important? And depending on what answers you get from that is going to depend on how you mold your style. You might want to take a position for a long-term hold of the coin that's going to be forked. Take a position for a swing trade. Sell that position days before or the day before, and then sell off the forked coin. Or you may want to hold the long-term position, sell off your swing position, and then hold the forked coin because you think it's important. So it's just those two questions are going to help you form what it is that you're trying to do. All right. So let me get into, yeah, well, we did just get into the analysis of Bitcoin. That's what I'm looking for, guys. I think we're going to get some of these. I could erase this. Well, let's just move it over. I think we're going to get some of this. I think we're going to get that. All right. And then we're going to get this to the moon. And where can we go? I'm thinking around 7,500, 2x, and then we may get some pullback up into around here. We may get some pullback into 6,000, and then we might see some big moves in alts. But let's get into my top 5 cryptocurrencies going into November and December. Let me check the chat. Can we look at Stratus? Yeah, we could look at Stratus. Ride the bear, James Bond. What level is that zone? 57, 50. Well, let's get into the top 5 alts, and then we'll get further into what it is that you guys are exactly talking about. Everybody hit that like button, share this out, help some people find the chase. So my top 5 altcoins going into November and December, some of them are a mix of straight technicals, some of them are a mix of news and technicals. Those are the best trades. Those are the trades that I like. Those are the trades I get really excited about. When I hear some little whisperings about a cryptocurrency, right? When I hear some little whisperings about a cryptocurrency doing whatever, a new wallet, a new this, a SDK or whatever, right? And then I look at the chart and the technicals are good. Those are the trades I get really excited about. So the coins that I'm picking are a mixture of technicals and news and technicals. The first one that I'm going to go with is Monaco, MCO. Now, Monaco, this one is, let's look at the chart really quick too. Now, Monaco, I like the technicals for Monaco. It did pump heavy. It came down, and it's showing continuous bullish signs. So I do like the technicals for Monaco. Where could we see Monaco go? I would have to put on some more lines before I could tell you that. It's not really full justice that I'm doing it on the daily because this isn't a real mature chart. So it's not like super justice, but it is showing multiple signs on the daily of bullish price action. All right, so I'm not even going to waste my time changing the colors, but let me move it from behind my head so you guys can see it. I forget sometimes. All right, but where can we go from here with Monaco? And on a short side, we could get 68%. And a lot of altcoins have been given a 68%. We'll get into Stratus because I call Stratus. And if you took my, if you followed along with the Stratus call, you made on a low side 60 to 70%. So that was great. So Monaco, there's some rumors of them doing something something with a new type of Visa, a new type of card, debit card, and some upgrades to their app. I've been hearing that their app is pretty good. So from that and the technicals, I'm gonna say November I would be looking at Monaco. But then again, guys, let's take all of this with a grain. We got to take this all with a big grain of salt because we all have to remember that a lot of these coins are going to be getting suppressed until SegWit 2x happens. Some people are talking about SegWit 2x might not happen. I'm going to have to dig deeper before I can comment on that. So yeah, on the low side, I'm seeing 68% possibly on the table for Monaco. But we got to take into consideration that SegWit 2x. So a lot of these coins I think are going to pop. But they aren't going to receive consistent upward moves like they had in the past because people still have in mind like, okay, I want to get back BTC because I want that 2x coin or I want more BTC or whatever. So the second one that I'm going to go with is Neblio. Now, Neblio is one of those where I think there is, oh yeah, I can't even do Neblio on this. Neblio is one of those where I think there is some more downside. I do think Neblio is going to come down a lot more. But I do think that it's going to easily push back up. Now, one of the reasons is because the team has been delivering ahead of schedule. All right. Another thing is the hype behind it. You know, this is one of the things, these are one of the coins where people are calling it the killer of something else. All right. So they're calling it the Stratus killer. All right. Everybody go hit that like button. They're calling it the Stratus killer. And it's a very thin, very low market cap coin. And you guys know me. I do not play around in the low market cap coins too much. But I do look at them and I do some sifting. And when I do come out with some of them, I am pretty confident in them. So Niblio is one of the ones I am going to be watching, but I have to warn you that I think this is going to come down a lot before it goes back up. And that's what we want, because wherever a good thing to remember about trading, guys, is wherever the market has been already, it can easily go back to. So it has been at $4. It has been at 68,000 Satoshis. All right. So since it has been at 68,000 Satoshis, it's very easy for it to come back. All right. So now if it goes down to 32,000 Satoshis, that's good. All right. Because you know that there's a lot more upside and much more upside than 68,000 Satoshis. I think this is a multi-million Satoshi coin, possibly. As far as hype, all right, technology, I'm not so sure. The description is very vague. I have to get more into it, but I do think there's a lot of upside there, and the community is growing really fast on Reddit. The next one I'm gonna go with is one that I've been talking about for a while now, Obsidian. All right, this is a very low, very thin, very volatile coin. And the reason that I'm looking at this in November and December is because of the app that they have coming out. I think that this app is going to be really big. I do. I really think that this app is going to be really big. Just because of the encrypted transfer of value through an app, and all of the messages and the videos and everything can be encrypted as well. As far as technology, from what they're saying, all right, this would have to be the most anonymous messenger, better than WhatsApp, all of those. So, and then you can transfer value through it. And these are 28 cents. So if people really start to use the Obsidian encrypted messenger, right, I could easily see these being worth $5. And there's a thin amount, right? Circulating supply is only 24 million. They just did a 10%. They just burnt 10% of the total supply. So I'm very bullish in December, especially after the 2x fork. I am very bullish Obsidian after the 2x fork. Before, not so much, but it's between 4,500 and 5,000 seems to be a floor. Or a level of support, a strong level of support. So I think it's going to stay there until after 2x. And then I could easily see this going up to, like I said, $5. $5 is what I think it should be worth. Or maybe between 3 and 5. My next one to watch, and I called this already, Stratus. And we could do the technicals on Stratus because it is on TradingView. Let's check the chat real quick. James Bond says yes to X. Yes to X. Yes to X. James Bond is crazy. No, I do not use a Raspberry Pi to stake my Obsidian. I'll give you my thoughts on No Limit Coin after I do this. So the next one that I'm going to do, oh yeah, is Stratus. Now Stratus, if you guys were following along off that Stratus call, we made 70%. Well, I made 70%. I don't know what you did. Off that Stratus call, we made 70%. Let me take off these volume. This indicator really quick. All right, now Ignore this yellow box up here. That's nothing. Oh, for Stratus, we made 70%. Easy. Easy. Easy, we made 70% right here. All right, so I called to get in a Stratus here. All right, so from here to the high, we're getting about, on the high is about 70. All right, let's just say you got out at a normal, what most people probably got out around. So you made between 60 and 63%. So that was a good call. But the thing that I'm loving about Stratus is the way it's reacting to the support. So what I'm calling for Stratus is a support zone. Well, that's what I always call for, is support zones. Well, that's the way I always look at support and resistance, as a zone. And it's still respecting the higher side of the zone. So this would be the higher side of the zone. This would be the lower side of the zone. This would be just the zone itself. All right, so this is the support zone or the resistance zone. As we know, support turns into resistance and resistance turns into support. You're staking strat and not trading. Okay, I mean, staking is great because you can make money in coins that you decide to hold in down markets. Well, make money or make more of the currency, like ODN. Even though ODN is just fluctuating between up and down on the chart, right? You can stake the coins and receive more ODN. All right, so when the price does rise, you have more ODN. So that it's always good to have a cryptocurrency that is proof of stake that you like, that you don't mind holding within fluctuation, that you're just going to stake. That's always a good one, especially if it's a low value staking coin. Now, a lot of these coins, the only thing that they have, their claim to fame, is proof of stake, the ability to stake. I'm not into that. You got to have other things, and proof of stake just has to be the icing on the cake. All right, so we did Stratus, we did ODN, we did Neblio, we did MCO, and my last one, and this one is just this one and Neblio, I would say, are more so, well, no, not Neblio, because Neblio is going to go down. This one out of the bunch is more so just technicals. I love the technicals on this right now. And that is Monero. I love the technicals on Monero. I've always liked the technicals on Monero, but it is at a very, let me move this so you guys can see. It is at a very, very good level of support, a very good level of support. And I get excited about levels of support that haven't been touched in months, that have proven to be strong levels in the past. So what do I mean by that? All right, this level hasn't been touched since August, right? So this level hasn't been touched since August, but in the past, this level has shown multiple signs of strength on the support and on the resistance side. All right, everybody go hit that like button, show me some love, share this out. So those are the levels that I like. I really like those levels. So when the market reapproaches those levels, my bias automatically is looking for something to turn me onto the bullish side. That doesn't mean that I automatically become biased and jump in, but I automatically look to become biased on the bullish side just because we're at this level. So we are at this level and we are getting bullish signs. Now this is the daily. All right, let's go down to the 4 hour. And this is where I make my entries. I make my entries on lower time frames. Now, you guys may be like, oh, you're looking at the high time frame, the daily, blah, blah, blah. I make my entries on lower time frames because the lower time frames are just basically a magnification of the higher time frame. So I get my overall trend and my support and resistance and the strength, what I think is the strength or the trend of the market from a higher time frame. And then when I say, okay, it's time to strike, I go to a lower time frame, get a closer look, and I'm able to get cleaner entries from lower time frames. That doesn't mean I'm entering off the 15-minute. The only time I'm looking to enter off the 15 or the 30-minute is in a flash crash. Some of you may not have been around, but Ethereum experienced a crash. Not the crash on GDAX. It was a crash when one of the, I forget his name, but Mao, but somebody from a big Ethereum holder got his wallets hacked, all right, and Ethereum just dropped. So basically, it was like one of these candles. You see this candle right here with this long wick, all right? It was kind of that situation, all right? So it'd be right here, and then it'd just shoot up or shoot down, all right? But in the case of Ethereum, it shot down. Now, what I would want to do in that case is when I see that shoot up or shoot down, I want to go on the 15 or the 30-minute, and I want to look for price action in the reverse. So it shoots down. I go to the 30-minute or the 15-minute, right? I look for price action. I get bullish price action. I make my entry, and then I ride the price back up into normal, all right? Because that's what happens in trading. Sometimes you'll go to sleep or you'll be sitting there and the price will shoot down really hard, right? Like unbelievably hard, up or down, like right here with this candle. It will shoot up or down really hard, right? And then it will stay there for maybe a minute or two, and then it will come back down into the normal price range. That is a great time to make money. A lot of Forex traders live off of this, all right? They live off of that, off of news events, all right? Like the non-farm payroll. They eat off of the non-farm payroll because that happens a lot in the non-farm payroll. The price shoots down, and then it stays there for a minute or two, and then it shoots back up into normal price range. So that's going to happen in cryptocurrency. That's gonna happen more frequently as time goes on. So that's going to be a time where there's going to be a lot of money to be made as well. So let's get into the crypto chaser analysis before we get up out of here. What coins do you guys want to do? XBC. What's XBC? I don't know. What is XBC? Oh, Bitcoin Plus. I'm not even gonna give that any light of day. Everybody go hit that like button, go hit subscribe, go hit the bell next to subscribe so you can get notified when I do these. Share this out, send it to your friend in a text message, share it on Twitter. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. I take all of those. But what coins do you guys want to do? And then we're going to wrap this one up so it isn't too long. Have I seen Brandon Kelly boss methods uses moving average pretty effectively for calling breakouts? Yes, I have seen Brandon Kelly's boss method. The first thing I'm gonna say is that maybe because he uses 3 moving averages, that's what he's calling the boss method. But that method is just called a bullish crossing or a bearish crossing of the moving averages. That's been used for years. That's a common way of looking at the moving averages. But I think his boss method, it more comes from, I think he was talking about the 7 and the 7-7. So I don't really know the details of that. But as far as just the crossings, that's just called a bullish or a bearish crossing. All right. That's one of, a lot of traders use that. All right. So like right here, when the lower time frame crosses the higher time frame from above, that's called a bearish crossing. And when the lower time frame crosses the higher time frame from beneath, that's called a bullish crossing. I don't use that. I use that. By the time I look at that, I'm already in the trade. So I could be in a trade for 5 days before we even get a bullish crossing. So I could already be up 30% before you even get into the trade. That's why I don't like it. I like to use my technicals to get a jump. Indicators are lagging. They're lagging indicators, guys. So something may have that bullish crossing telling you get in a trade, right? That's from the moving average. That's just telling you that that already happened. That doesn't tell you that it's going to continue to happen. Can it continue to happen? Yes. Will it continue to happen? Not all the time. That's why there's multiple times, like right here. Look, you got a bullish crossing and then a bearish crossing. What was the overall trend? The overall trend was downward. So if you got in this trade and held it, once you got in this trade, right, the bullish crossing happened. So using that method, if you got in a trade here, the next day you were down big. All right, you held for a few days, it came up, and then you probably thought it was going to turn bullish, and then you're down big. Why? Because this bullish crossing is just telling you that between the price action from here to that point was bullish. All right. That doesn't tell you, that doesn't mean get in after that, because that's just telling you that that already happened. So that, as far as the bullish crossing or the bearish crossing method, using moving averages to determine my entries or exits, I am totally against that. I am totally against using RSI alone to get into any kind of indicator alone to get into a trade. I don't trade like that. As far as the Brandon Kelly 7-7, his method, I don't know enough about it to say, but I do see, I have seen it. I do sometimes watch his videos, and people are making money from it. So, and he's making money from it. So, but I don't use indicators to determine whether I'm getting in a trade or not. Everybody go hit that like button. Skycoin. I just received the email from Skycoin to do a video on Skycoin. I receive those all the time. I've been receiving them for so long. Most of them I just ignore. I would say 99% of them I ignore. But Skycoin is on Cryptopia. I don't know. All right, let's get into some of these coins. Yeah, nobody wants to talk about XBTC, man. Come on. XLM. Let's get into some of these coins. So before I give you, I should start saying this in the beginning of my videos, right? This is not financial advice. I am not telling you to buy any of these coins. This is all merely my opinion, and that's it. All right, so as far as NEM, from the overall, I do think that there is a good amount of upside possibly still there because of how far it has pulled back. But as far as in the short term, I'm looking for some more pullback. That move up was too much of a drastic move upward too quick. It was too much of a drastic move upward too quick. So what I'm looking for from Stellar is somewhat of a more so down move to around, what's that, 200 to around the 207 Satoshi mark. I doubt that we'll get all the way back down here. I think best case scenario, we probably get back down to 350. And then I would be looking for some bullish price action to get into Stellar. But I do think there is a lot of upside in Stellar, at least on a minimum side 5x. And that's not in one trade, but I mean just in a continuous up move, pullback, up move, pullback, pullback, up move. I think that there's some more in Stellar. CVC, Civic. Civic is, I don't know. Civic is one of those coins where it makes so much sense, right? It makes so much sense that people may very well ignore it. That's the sad truth about a lot of cryptocurrencies. Now, Civic is looking very bullish. Civic is looking so bullish that I'm going to have to change my top six. My top six altcoins for November and December. That's how bullish Civic is looking. Civic is looking super bullish. And this is this is one of the best levels it could be at. All right. Now, a lot of people are going to get scared because it broke support here. All right. But